You're probably wondering what's going on here. This is another video when I should be a dead channel. No, we're not dead, and I thought I'd show you one of the things I was working on while I was on my downtime. So I've always been playing this game since I think it first came out, question mark. This is Fortresscraft Evolved, and no, it's not Minecraft. It is a lot better than Minecraft. If you're familiar with, I guess, games like Infinifactory and Space Engineers and all these other wonderful titles, then this also is a wonderful title for you to consider. It's probably one of the quieter, I don't know what I mean by quieter, it's a quiet game, as in I don't think a lot of people know about it, but it is actually rather good. And the developer who's developing this is very good. He's very active as well. So he's very active on social media. He's very engageable, but not in the way you're thinking. He's very approachable, very interesting and nice chap. And look at what he's created. He's created a wonderful game. So I'm going to show you that. Let me just talk you through. Let me just give you a sales point. That little ball of weird spherical mush there was a boss, a baddie, a hive mind. And I want you just to remember the film, the much acclaimed film, Flash Gordon, when he runs into the forest and that kind of big rubbery, slimy, melty, weird pop-up beast grabs him and goes blah, 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 and eats him. That's pretty much what the hive mind's like. And that's just one of many bosses. It's a really exciting game. As you can see, it goes on forever. So it's not like Minecraft when as soon as you've kind of dropped about, I don't know, half a kilometer, it turns into bedrock. No, this keeps going. Even through lava levels, cavern levels, all the way. And as you can see, it's very much about building technology and sending said technology through the map. It's almost like colonizing it, and I love that. So you can see this is a huge, I mean, look, there's a cavern level as we drop down. What I'm doing here is transmitting power through laser transmitters. I like to subtitle this game Laser Spaghetti because that's pretty much what it's like. So anyway, you can see I'm using my jetpack so I don't detonate on the ground like a great big pavement pizza, but it is a pretty interesting game. And I have little factories down here that are kind of mining the ore, turning ore into bars, and then those bars are being sent up. And as we go further, deeper underground, as Jamiroquai once said, you can see we then come into an area here. So this is now kind of like a living mush kind of biomass cave wall thing that I've used explosives to mine through. It's wonderful. I really do want to kind of sell this game because I have watched it and played it for so long now, and it has got better and better and better, and it is being actively developed and so on. So it is really worth it. Plus, you know, I don't mean to be rude, it's pretty cheap as well. So if you look on Steam, Fortresscraft Evolved, I would say that, you know, if you spend like $10-20 on this game, you're going to get that back in huge amounts of entertainment. So let me show you what I've got here. This is a fuel production zone. Those are refineries that are basically turning biomatter into fuel cells, and those fuel cells then go into these tubes and feed those jet engines and so on. So there you go, that's actually where we're mining the biomass. Isn't this wonderful? This game is wonderful. I would just stress this represents probably, I don't know, months of work. Well, no, probably not, weeks of work maybe. And it's all about, you know, sending power and then powering machines, and then the machines do something. So what I've done there is I've plugged in a generator, I've plugged in a laser transmitter for the mining beacon thing, and then I've added a light. Yeah, it's lovely. Just a simple concept of lighting the dark. Almost biblical, you could say. I would stress that this game is something that will just absolutely absorb your time. Now, I don't know if you know what I mean by this. You know those games that you just think, oh, I'll go and play half an hour of that, and then 3 weeks have passed and you've missed your sister's wedding, and basically you're in trouble because you haven't been to school. They think you're dead. The the health and safety people come round because they're worried that you've died in your flat. So this is one of those games. It is incredibly addictive. I think I probably played this game once for about 18 hours a day in one day, and it worried the hell out of me because it was so addictive. But not, I'm not going to say this is kind of like electronic crack, but I would just stress it is really, really fun game. Because I think the reason it is because if you love building things, so if you love Minecraft, so there you go, look, I've just put empty fuel cells into the refinery. Again, I don't have enough for all of them. I need iron. I actually run out of iron. And then what that's happening is you'll see a fuel cell pop out any minute now, and then that fuel cell will bugger off up in, there you go, there we go, woo, and then that fuel cell will bugger off up into the surface level where I've got a load of jet engines running on that stuff. It is, as I say, it's one of these games that I think if you play Minecraft or I think Minecraft most particularly, and things like Tech-It, and if you've played things like, what else, let me think. I can't think right now. Oh, look, teleporters. Teleporters! So you don't even have to faff about with recall spells and all that nonsense. So it is wonderfully, wonderfully done. I think it's one of these kind of things I've played for so long now, and I if you look back, if you go and search in the video search thing, you'll see that I did play this a long time ago. I think we played it as one of our advent calendars. It is wonderful to have a game that you can just drop into and do something exciting. So there we go, laser spaghetti again. As you see, we're using our power. Oh, by the way, you do get attacked. I should have probably just sold that. And look, missiles. That's right, missiles. As you can see, you get attacked pretty much constantly once you start to finish the game. The game has a finish by charging an OET, an orbital energy transfer, or something like that. That's a good point. Oh my god, it's like as I look at this video, I'm now remembering all of the cool things. So not only do I kill these beasties with lasers and missile, I actually then use vacuum scoops to scoop up their bits, their body parts, and then basically I'll turn them into some sort of fancy suit and wear them, over my naked body. And I love that. I think that's a really nice, it's a kind of really nice, funny addition that you can be so efficient in this game. It's awesome. Now, I do have actually hundreds of, a dozen, 2 dozen missile launches there, but the recipes are changing, so the game is being updated relatively often. So by the time I'd log back in to do this video, the missile factory, block had changed. So I would just stress, it is there. So let me show you what I mean by this. So if I go into this bit here, he said, pretending to be playing the game, not just talking over a video, you'll see that there's just loads of other things being added. So it's like other technologies, warning lights, warning strobe. I mean, there's loads, and it's really heartening because the guy DJ ARSE, I hope I got that right. He's able to add stuff in the game pretty quick as well. So and he's very receptive to feedback. So if you say, I would just love it if we could have a drinks cabinet, please, he'll probably be able to do that. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? I think it's probably a nice thing to be in a game, playing a game, when there is such involvement with a developer, because, those of you who watch the Dust videos we do, you probably know what I'm on about here. When the developers aren't necessarily doing anything for your game anymore, it's a bit disheartening, and I think that does mean people start to look away. But I think this one is certainly not. It's most definitely a wonderful sandbox where you can really faff about and have fun. It is a kind of tower defense game as well, but it's not done badly, it's done well. So, most tower defense games are kind of difficult to play, I guess, but this one, look at that, it's lovely to see missiles arcing into the air. You can build quite a robust defense and so on, and I think it's probably one of these games that I would just say is you'll drop in, you'll play it, and then you'll probably, play it for like 20 minutes if you want, do something, and then you can always go on to the next thing. Most likelihood is you'll sit and play it for hours because it is that good. There's always something, like, for example, I dug this huge hole all the way down because I wanted to make a core into the planet's core, and I thought that'd be pretty fun to do, and my god, I'm still going. It's taking me forever, but there's machines that you can build that dig out the ground. It's pretty sweet. It really is fun, and I think it's definitely worth a look. I know a lot of people are a bit negative to the kind of block style of game, but I would just say this is one of the good ones. It really is, and I think you should definitely consider it. I've got to admit, I think this is probably one of the few games that I actually continue to play on my downtime. So, picture this, I'm there in my work suit, all teary and tired, and I've just come back from a hard day of having my Findus meal for one, the Lonely Bastard range, and I'm basically sat there thinking, I need to do something, otherwise I'm going to go nuts. So I actually decided that it would be good to do this kind of game, because you can just pick it up. You don't need to rely on others to play it with you as well. It is multiplayer, by the way. They are testing a multiplayer server at the moment, which is pretty awesome. I can only imagine what this game will be like multiplayer, because just having so many people do the kind of things that they did in Minecraft would be exceptional in this game. So I really do hope that's an avenue that people go down. I just think it's really exciting. So That's the end game there, so that's the orbital energy transmitter. As you can see, it takes forever to charge, but that's kind of the point of it. And as soon as you start charging it, you basically get attacked continually. This is my series of teleporters. As you can see, it's a labour of love. It is very much like Space Engineers, where you try and build the perfect machine. And I think, you know, you're just going to have such a blast playing this kind of game. If you've never played anything like this before, this is definitely one to try, because you can play it at your own pace. You don't have to be as hardcore as I've been here. I mean, look at how many. I mean, that shows you the level of the base that I was running when I had to have 5 fuel refineries to fuel all the engines. That's pretty crazy when you think about it. But it's a wonderful thing on efficiency. So you need to find ore. The ore does deplete, so it doesn't last forever. You use pings. So here we go. Let me show you the pings as we ping color. You then can see all the different types of ore. Because we're relatively low down, we're what, 500 meters? Is that 5,000 meters? I can't read it. So that's 5 kilometers under the ground. You're going to get things like gold, nickel, you know, and so on. And that's cool because you have to kind of look for larger deposits so they don't deplete as fast. But you do have to keep adjusting your machine. So, you know, I've got a lot of, you can see all this pipe work. That's actually channeling ore and bars from the mine location, as you can see there. But if you kind of go over here, you can see that you're going to eventually deplete it all, and then you have to start moving your machine. So it's an evolving game as well, which I think is quite unusual. I can't think of anywhere that's been done before. And I think that's probably what I'd just stress is why this game is so good. Is there's a lot of kind of very clever ideas that I've kind of not seen done before. If I have, they've not been done as well as they've been done in this game. So I think definitely you should look at this kind of game. I mean, I think, you know, if ever there was a kind of game that, you know, people would say, what's worth playing? What have you played that's worth playing? I would say this. It's that good. It's that kind of, I don't know, clever, innovative, developing, you know, evolving game. And I think it's just getting better and better. Now, I'm not being paid to deliver this message to you. I think really I was just kind of like, well, I've played this for a long time, and I've always wanted it to do well, because I think it is worthy of doing well. And I think this is why, you know, now I'd have a bit of spare time once again. I wanted to show you this. So, you know, I think it has a real merit if you're into that kind of wanting to build something wonderful. This is definitely the game for you. It isn't too much like Minecraft. It's probably got all the good bits of Minecraft, and it hasn't got the bad bits. So I would say the thing with Minecraft is Minecraft becomes pretty boring once you've found diamond and you've got your diamond set on. There's not really a lot more to do after that, whereas this, it just keeps going. You have different levels of technology. You also probably want to make a better base. So, you know, I remember making a Minecraft base, but it was nothing on the scale of this. Look at that. I mean, that to me, I look at that and I feel proud that I made that. I mean, that just feels so awesome that I made that base. And look at these things coming to bloody kill it. I mean, that's a big bugger there, isn't it? You wouldn't want that to be caught in your bloody newspaper every day. You go and try and smack that with a rolled up newspaper, you'll have a bad time, as Chalet would say. So it is fun. I think it's definitely worth a look. I think just the fact that missiles are flying through the air, and you can, I mean, think about it. You could build a forward base of missile launchers and surrounded by gun turrets and sniper turrets that just keep them even further away. I guess that's the thing of it. You have this kind of endless range of things you can do in it. I love the power mechanics. I think if there's one thing I had to call out, it would be the fact that you have to generate power and then transmit it. And you don't transmit it through wires, you transmit it through laser spaghetti. I should trademark that. But it does feel like, I mean, look at that. I love it. I think it's so well engineered that you have to actually then build different categories. And one of the most exciting things I saw, and one of the things that actually made me think of coming and just having a game of it again and showing you this, was the energy transfers are about to go to tech level 4, which if you don't play the game means nothing. But that basically means you're going to have like lasers that are so powerful if you walk in front of them, they'll frazzle you. I mean, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I love the fact that it's kind of, you know, it's not being aimed at young people kind of wanting to do a social hangout. It's being aimed at people who play games. And I really do like that. I thought the best thing about the jet engines as well, example, is if you walk behind them, it fries you. I love that. I think that's actually quite cool. So I would just recommend it. I think if you have a spare couple of bucks, go and have a look on Steam and play it. I am going to be playing this, and so if when stroke multiplayer becomes a bit more open, I'm definitely going to be giving this a go just because I am such a nerd about these kind of games. I think they're so much fun. But I think you have to have a game in your life that is constructive, not destructive, and I think this is a good option for you. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.